So one thing I like about this series is the fact that it repeatedly tells you that the main character is not his past self. The only thing they share is, their memories, their love for the male lead, and their eye color. Other than that, they are two completely different people who live two completely different lives and have done two different completely things. Have different families, different status, they're completely different people, and the book repeatedly acknowledges it. And I love that. I honestly love that. You know how the male lead's nephew wanted to take the main character out to be his escort to the event that was supposed to happen after the vow of adulthood? Yeah, he got in severe trouble for it because it's going to cause scandals and rumors for the main character. And the main character's third brother and another person was getting on to the prince because they don't think he's serious. They don't think the nephew's serious about his feelings for the main character. He's using the main character as a escape horse and as a shield, using the main character. And he's like, no, I have real feelings for the main character. You can even tell the main character we're hurt by this. But he has real feelings for the main character, and he wants to be with the main character. He repeatedly tells that to the main character, and he tries telling those to the other two, but they don't listen to him. And he promises that he won't make another scene, which at the event, when the main character is being introduced to a bunch of people and people are looking at him, the crown prince is literally glaring where he's standing and sitting. He is literally glaring at people to get them to back off. He even goes around threatening people to keep them off the main character. This dude is serious about his feelings. So when the main character was alone with his third brother, a bunch of men got to them. They were swarming the main character and his brother. They would not leave the main character and his brother alone. They were looking at the main character like he was prey, that he was a kitten or a small bunny, and they were predators. They wanted to bite out of the main character. And they were lured in there by a playboy. He wants the main character too. And they saw the main character when the main character was being introduced to the royal family. They was already attracted by his beauty, but the main character showed weakness. He didn't see the male lead, so he got saddened by that. And also, thanks to the pain from his legs, he showed weakness. And they're like, oh, he's weak and delicate. We can take him. And his brother's trying his best to get these men to back off the main character, but the main character gets more scared and terrified, and he's literally trying not to cry, but is crying and shoving himself into his brother, trying to get away from these men. And they can't, these men won't leave them alone. The more the main character freaks, the more they want to pounce. Luckily, the Duke's heir comes and rescues the main character and his brother, gets them out of there. But first he wanted to take the main character to his mother to introduce them, see the main character and his mother together. But his brother's like, hey, the main character is really injured. I was trying to take him to the lounge. And he's like, okay, you can go. And tells the main character he's still in love with the main character. He still wants the main character and is going to pursue the main character as his duchess still. So the main character's third brother is kind of a dumbass. He literally leaves the main character alone in the lounge, tells the main character to keep the doors locked. But like me as a human being, I kind of always forget to lock the doors, or I keep the doors open, I'm dumb. And the main character does that. He goes to the balcony and opens the balcony door, and this is when he comes across that playboy. And the main character does everything in his power to get away from the playboy. He literally has to crawl to get away. He ran to the forest or the garden forest right beside the palace to get away from the dude. The main character's literally terrified and scared because he knows if the playboy gets hold of him, he's already horribly injured from his leg injury. He's in horrible pain, but he's literally crawling to get away from this dude. And this is when he calls out to the male lead. He's pleading to the male lead to come rescue him, and the male lead does. He picks the main character up. He threatens this dude when the dude walks into the situation. He threatens this dude and takes the main character off. And I was like, yes, the main character has been rescued. But honestly, his brother was a dumbass. He literally left the main character alone. Why would he leave the most beautiful, literal Hela of Troy alone when there's men after his ass? What? So the male lead, when he got the main character away from the situation he wants to teach the main character a lesson about how dangerous it is to not be safe and sound, why he should be wary of men. But that lesson literally goes in one ear and out the other ear later. It really much shows the main character's I'm a guy. I'm honey, it doesn't matter you're a guy. You are a beautiful, enchanting, beautiful. You're as beautiful as Helen of Troy. You're in danger. Listen. But also, I also wanted to sit there and slap the male lead. I'm that's not a lesson you should be teaching. That is not how you should teach him how to be wary of men. What was hilarious and sweet was the main character gets introduced to his past self's younger brother, gets to have a conversation with him, learn how his life has been since the main character's past self's death, from a child to a grown adult man who serves in the Royal Army and serves underneath the male lead. Like, he even goes to the same academy the main character used to go to, and it's like really sweet, but it's also funny because the main character starts literally crying, and this guy gets up all over the main character's business, wanting to know why he's crying, trying to comfort the main character. And the royal doctor, who is sent by the male lead, who has gone after the main character's family to tell them where the main character is, comes across this scene and thinks the past self's brother is trying to do something to the main character. Like, I thought that was hilarious. The male lead and the nephew has a conversation with the main character's first brother and third brother about how the main character was raised and how he's literally more innocent and doesn't understand the world a noblewoman is. Like, he was raised more innocent than a noblewoman and a princess was. Like, he is very much pure and untainted by the world. So he doesn't understand how to interact with people on the outside world, how to, commit social interactions. He is pure and untainted. He doesn't know the dangers he could possibly be in. And, like, the male lead is not pleased by that. Like, he is very disappointed in the main character's family for raising the main character this way. And they also find out that the main character literally had been kidnapped twice, and what happened at the fortress both times. The main character's family has been wary for him and scared for him. And also, not just learning this, the male lead also learns from his nephew that his nephew has full-on intentions of making the main character's wife. Not make the main character's queen. He has full-on intentions of making the main character's wife and give up his position as crown prince to the male lead. He wants the male lead as king, and then he will take the main character as his wife, which displeases the male lead and shocks the main character's two brothers. And he tells the main character's two brothers to keep their mouths shut, not to inform anyone. Like, the nephew tells them to keep their mouths shut. But he has full intentions of taking the main character as his wife and giving up the throne. So after his conversation with the main character's brothers, he decides to return back to the main character and to bring the main character home. He gives the main character his cloak. The doctor gave the main character medicine to put him to sleep after everything the main character went through. And when he returns the main character home, he tells the main character's family he has plans to make the main character work underneath him, serve underneath him. This way the main character can have a job, which shocks his entire family. But the male lead has plans to take the main character as his servant in the Royal Army. Yeah. Because he's worried for the main character. He's terrified of what could possibly happen to the main character if the main character is not under his watch and protection. Like, it's his way to protect the main character, because he just seen how badly every time he turns around the main character is in danger.